Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time of day. I nearly said good evening, but I just realised it's not evening where I am. It probably will be evening for most of you that guys are watching down under. Anyway, welcome to LOR Season 2. We're at round number 13 today on the Xbox One. We are at Spa-Francorchamps, where it hosts the Belgian Grand Prix. One of my favourite tracks and one of the fan favourites as well. 4.1 kilometre circuit that was built in 1921. Used many times though, not just for F1. It mainly started as a motorcycle circuit, but after the success of Le Mans in those days, they hosted the Spa 24 Hours, which I believe still run to this day. So we are going to kick off with one-shot qualifying for this LOR season. So we do have a couple of new drivers today, but I will give them a quick introduction once I can find the standings. It's going to be quite hard because the chat that I have is quite hard to load up, so I will load it up as soon as possible for you. So I'm currently riding on board with Schweitz, who has done quite well recently in the Constructors, so it should be quite interesting to see. Now, format of classic cars, one-shot qualifying, and then it's going to be a 5-lap race. So it's basically anything from themselves, and hopefully no Ferrari today will crash around Al Rouge and Radio, because it kind of reminds me of Spa 1998, where it was raining, it was chucking it down really, to be honest with you, and it just caused a lot of chaos. For those of you that are wondering, I'm Jess and I'm your commentator for today's race. Unfortunately, Charlie could not make it this week. He is busy, but he will be back next week, hopefully. Schweitz has just gone into the gravel, so yeah, the standings are not loading up for me. I'm just trying to load it, but I do see some names I do not recognise, and I actually know a couple of people that I know haven't raced it in the past. So I'll give you a quick introduction to them now. They only just joined that. So basically I think we have Ryan, whose I think gamer tag is FootTailRide99. I think that's his gamer tag, correct me if I'm wrong. He is one of the new drivers today. And also Callum as well, who is also a new driver for the season. Those two are going to join us for the remainder of the season, so should be very excited to see how well they do. Haven't commentated them personally, so don't know how their racecraft is, but hopefully they could get some good results today. So let's see if I can go on board with our championship leaders, actually. No, actually go with Dongarang, who is setting the fastest lap currently. He is about to cross the bus stop chicane, which I think it's really tough to get the Ferrari. The Ferrari does sound pretty cool, so let's just ride on board with Dongarang. What lap time is he going to set? It's a 1.53, and the times between first and ninth are pretty close. It's a close field this week, which is very good to see, and I haven't seen Dongarang get pole before, so it is very good as well. So yes, and we do have a few people in the chat. Hello, nice to see you all, and hopefully we can get a good stream up for you guys. So qualifying, one-shot qualifying in Classics is really critical around this. They just got to get it right. And as you can see, the top 9 separated by 6 tenths. Oh boy, this is going to be absolutely exciting, thrilling classic race, and I hope you're all excited for it. So, Dongarang takes pole. JSR Snakes, I haven't seen him take second place in a while actually, but he did a really good lap in the Ferrari there. Schweitz in 3rd, Chicane in 4th, Perez in 5th, Keixi, who won in Hungary last week in the modern cars, in 6th, Callum in 7th, Dustin in 8th, Damon Mox in 9th, and Ryan rounding up your top 10. So I didn't get chance to catch the rest of the grid because the standings just went so quickly. So yeah, anyway, so the cars are about to get underway. There's no formation lap as far as I'm aware, so it is basically them for themselves, and Chicane has done pretty decent in the classic races recently, but I think it's only when I'm not commentating, so hopefully he could do well this race for that, because he's also our championship leader for the modern. Dustin is our championship leader for the classic, so I wonder who's could turn their fortune around. We're having to wait and see. We're just waiting for one driver to ready up, so hopefully we can get them readied up soon. So it's usually default setup on these classic cars, so I don't know why they're taking a long time. But anyway, we are lights out soon. 5 lights. And it is lights out and away we go. And Dongarang and JSL Snake seem to get a pretty equal start. Pete Gosselin on is running very slow in the background in one of the Ferraris. And someone random has joined. Someone has won ride into La Source. I don't know who that was. I think that was Chicane or something. A lot of people already dropped out of position. But so far, Dongarang in first. JSL Snake in second. He's going to try and make a move around Radiant. Oh my word. I think they'll all make it past Radiant very cleanly. That is a first, I've got to say. I've seen in league racing, but we got the top three separated by decent time as well. So JSL Snake is doing all he can to try and catch up. Is he going to do it? He's got the really tough braking zone of Rochelle to try and catch up. It's going to be anyone's game. A little bit of a lock-up as well. Chicane must have had a... Oh no, Chicane has had very bad luck, I think, towards oh my word, what's that? Oh my word, Kitesy and Damon Rocks has lost it a little bit there, so I don't know quite what happened between those two. So they're out of the race. Chicane's got to do his best to try and gain up the field. So let's see who's gained the most positions so far. So far, apart from Schweiz, everybody else has either maintained their positions or gained positions. Chicane's dropped down 8. I don't know what happened there, but the closest battle, to be honest, is between the leaders. But I'm going to see if I can try and catch up with the midfield as well, as I think we've got Schweiz and Perez going side by side coming up to Blanchimont now. It's very important, especially in these Ferraris actually. You've got to go full power, and that's what these Ferraris are doing. It does sound pretty good in that as well. Cannon trying to close up as well. Oh, that was a bit of a slide from someone. I didn't quite sure who it was. Oh, it was Dustin. Dustin having bad luck this race as well. Oh my God. Pete Gosselin is definitely struggling this race, I got to say. But I think we got Ryan going to gain another position due to that incident. And I think, well, looks like Dustin got that switchback. Yes, he did. He got that switchback and he's up into 8. So already quite close stuff in this classic cup, as it were. And yet Chicane's out. I think it's my commentator's curse, I've got to say. I'm so sorry, Chicane. I swear, it doesn't happen when I'm not commentating. I better not jinx it that much. But anyway, Fatal is now gaining another position from Dustin up into P7. We've also got Perez and Cannon fighting for position as well. He's right on the back of him, or just going through Bichelle, and he's going through that double bush soon. I think that's how you call the corner. I need to get the track map up just so I could get Mike to grips with it. But it's been a while. Actually, I commentated on Belgium last week, but there we go. As I think Perez is already starting to pull away from him. Don't Thunder in the other, all running Ferraris are catching up to Ryan as well. Fatal lost position to Dustin, but he's looking like he's going to lose position to Don't Thunder as well if he's not careful. Oh, Fatal went a bit wide. That's going to gain a lot more time to Don't Thunder and gain a little bit more of an advantage. And JJ Rocks is out. Didn't quite see. Oh, my word. He's kind of in the middle of the circuit there. I forgot what corner it is. Let me check the map. It was Paul Frere that he got caught on. So what a shame for him. He looks like his race is done, but hopefully he can turn fortunes in the race coming up soon. As Don't Thunder just makes a very nice... Oh, no, I think Fatal got that switch back there. So Fatal holds on to P7 for now. In the... Oh, I don't know why I keep saying Ferrari, because they're all in the Ferraris. But, yeah, he manages to hold on to that. Now, let's draw our attention to the lead battle then between JSL Snakes and Dongarang. I don't think JSL Snakes has won a classic race, I don't think. So he's looking for a win today as they're side by side going through to the top of the hill at Lecombe or Lecon, or however you pronounce the corner name. But looks like Dongarang was managing to hold with some really good defending there for that. And yeah, it looks like 16S in a row for Chicane. Yes, in the classic. Not looking good for him. Anyway, Schweiz is also joining in on the action as well. The top 5 are pretty close indeed. So top 5 very equal in ability in terms of these classic events, which is, I think, just goes to show how close it is between those lot. And the new drivers that we've seen today, they're doing not too bad. They're still in the top 8 and are still going to get some points, which is a good start for both of them. Fatal already making some ground, and Callum all the way up into P5 at the moment, gaining 2 positions. So really good start from those two, and hopefully they could keep those positions up going into the modern race as well. But JSL Snake, oh my word, JSL Snake is around about 2/10 behind Dongarang then. Let's see how he's going to do coming up to Blanchimont now. He's doing all he can. He's about there, those two about to go to the bus stop chicane. Whoa, good defending from Dongarang. I don't know how he does it, but he does that very well. He knows JSL Snake's lines then quite nicely, which really does help. Fastest laps are going like crazy at the moment. The track is starting to rubber up a little bit between these guys, and it's all coming up to the top 6 that are setting fastest laps. Dustin, our championship leader, setting the fastest lap currently with a 1:45. I didn't quite catch that, but obviously we will see some faster lap times for the modern race, so that is what we're going to see currently as well. But sector 1, Dome Thunder's out. Didn't quite see what happened there. It just popped up above my screen quite quickly, so I couldn't quite see what happened. And yeah, the field is starting to not bunch up, but starting to form a little bit less. The gaps, it's really, to be honest, I think it's between Dongarang and JSL Snakes for the win of this Grand Prix, and it could go to the final lap, and that's why I like, to be honest, 5 laps of this Grand Prix, because it's just pretty darn awesome, and anything can happen. And if you mess it up on the first lap, it's pretty much game over from there, just to see how it works. So and don't forget, in these classic championships as well, only the top 8 get points. It's not the top 10, only the top 8. So it is every man for themselves, and even if you finish 9th or 10th, you're still not going to get points. So basically, if you're finishing right now, because the top 8 are finishing, you're going to get points. As JSL Snake just went a little bit wide around Paul Frere, about to approach Blanchimont at the moment. We are starting to see people trying to close up again, so we could see to do that as well. And Dome Thunder apparently spun in turn 1. Oh no, he's in the chat right now. He's very disappointed with himself, but hopefully he can recover like we said. So, final lap. Dongarang is about to start the final lap. This will be a good result for him. Fastest laps are starting to come about. JSL Snake sets one with a 1:45. Maybe Dustin could set a faster lap, probably. We shall have to wait and see. Probably not. Looks like JSL Snake is taking the glory at the moment. He's flying at the moment. He is trying to catch up to Dongarang. Oh my word, he's just went a bit wide again, and so is Dongarang. So there's a little bit of even Stevens between them two at the moment. They're going to go side by side. All they're going to rely on is slipstream at the moment. They can't rely on DRS because there was no DRS back in those days. JSL Snakes has taken the lead, but it looked like almost Dongarang was going to get the switch back. This is going to be very close stuff between those two drivers, and it's great to see that JSL Snakes is back on form, because at the start of the Modern Championship, he was leading the championship. He didn't win, but he was most consistent. More towards the second half of the season, he has been having really bad luck in the cars, to be honest, in both championships. So this could be a breaking point for him. This could be like a turning point, not a breaking point. It's kind of like the both things, but hey ho, is there? Oh, I think Dongarang is a little bit further behind. He's struggling a little bit on those dry tyres. Schweiz and Perez catching up. Callum catching up as well. We went a bit wide again. I think those top 3 is going to be ever so close as well. Already, I think JSL Snakes is already on a field of his own right now. As I think Perez, is closer to Schweiz. But let's go on board with JSL Snakes then as he goes towards Blanchimont. I think Dongarang was struggling with his tyre temperatures. I think that is why he was struggling. But anyway, JSL Snakes is about to cross the final corner. I don't think he's got any penalties, which is good for him. He goes on to win the Classic Car Championship in Spa. Dongarang takes P2. Schweiz in P3. Dustin in P4, I think, due to penalties. Oh, it looks like he's run out of fuel by the looks of things, Callum. How's he going to cross the line in time? Yes, he is. That's fine. Oh, he didn't look like. I couldn't really tell, to be honest with you, but looks like it was very close stuff. So this is making me very excited for the modern race. Oh boy, that was close. That was close. Oh my word. Anyway, so JSL Snake take the win. It takes full 25 points, I think, or was it 10 points? I don't know, but I will double check. Dongarang in P2, pretty close between the both of them. Schweiz in 3rd, Dustin in 4th. I think what happened was, there was an issue between Callum and Perez, and I think Callum let Perez through, which was good sportsmanship between the both drivers, so props to them too. But both of them still got points, which is great. Two of the new drivers definitely doing well here today. Futile in 7th, KOR taking that final point then in P8. But our non-finishers, we have 6. Don't Thunder, JJ Rocks. Oh, again, it cut off. Oh, my word. But, yeah, what a race it was. So, well done to Dongarang and Chicane. JSR Snakes not taking a lead until the final lap. That was absolutely crazy. So, well done to everyone who has been racing on there. So, great stuff as well. That was a great one to watch as well. So, we are now going to head on to the Modern, which should be even more exciting. And this is where weather could come into play as well. I'm not going to say anything about the weather because the admins on LOR could kill me because they really don't want rain. So, I'm not going to say much about that yet. It was, yeah, I was right with what happened, but why Callum slowed down. I thought he ran out of fuel, but nope, it was due to the fact that, he done that. So, well, I haven't seen much drivers who, had good sportsmanship and gave the place back due to issues, because not many people do that, so prop to that as well. Because usually if I do that, I basically trying to get my words across today. If I make a mistake in an online race, I just give the position back because it's only fair. So anyway, we're about to get started for the Modern race then. First opened in 1922, of course, like I said earlier, and it was opened by Paul Thiers. Well, Thiers. It was Jules Thiers or Paul Thiers. I can't remember, but it was quite a good track. 7.7 kilometre circuit, 4.3 miles to be exact, and its race length is around about 308 kilometres as well. I think Belgium being the only exception to run past the 305 kilometre race length usually. And the old Spa-Francorchamps was almost 14.5 kilometres. So the classic one was really long, but the one we're seeing today is is less long, obviously, around about almost it's pretty much 4 times less, pretty much about that. So I am intrigued to see what happens here, and there was a few times where the Belgian Grand Prix didn't take place due to the fact there were so many complaints on the circuit. There were so many deaths on the Spa circuit, but obviously we're seeing the Belgian Grand Prix today, and that's what we're expecting. So, yeah, it was sad, like back in I think it was around about 1960 it was, where we saw the Belgian Grand Prix drop, and it's just a very iconic Grand Prix. That, you know, it is just very good to see from these guys. So what I'm going to do is, whilst we wait for the lobby to start, the lobby is just about to start, that is good news, I am going to get the standings on my phone, because probably the conversation will load better on my phone, and I need to turn Wi-Fi off, because otherwise it will interfere with the stream, and it's not turning off for some reason. Come on. Right, it's turned off, it's all good. So we are very excited for this, and we're going to find out as well what are the 2 new drivers as well, cars as well. I'm going to be very proactive here. Once we get a new driver in, I'm going to tell you on the stream, because usually I say, oh, I don't know if this is a new driver or not, but I did my research before the start of the stream and knew who the new drivers were. So, and I think I'm going to do that more in the future once we get more drivers as well. So, yes. Anyway, I'm just trying to see if I can get the standings up. There we go. I have got the standings up for currently, which is up to date currently at the moment. So, Kaiti took the win last week in Hungary, which I think he is aiming for his 2nd win in a row. And Chicane takes 2nd, and Canary, the championship rival, drops it down into P5. So, Chicane is now leading the championship with 153 points. And hold on a second, and Canary in 2nd. JSR Snakes in 3rd in the championship, looking to, oh my word, I swear it is not me, okay? I swear it is not me. Every time, I swear, I think the only exception to this rule was AOR Oceania, where it didn't rain at all. The other races, either rain in qualifying or rain in the race. It's raining in qualifying. Oh my word, I'm so sorry in advance. I swear this is my 2nd jinx. I'm not jinxing or anything like that. Oh my god. But anyway, it is raining. It looks like it's intermediate conditions, so looks like they do have free choice of tyres when it goes to the race. So I'm just going to see they're all going to go on Inters. Looks like everyone is fitted on Inters. So, oh boy, this is going to be good. And it's very important that they get their laps in. But I do believe the track is going to dry out a little bit, I think, towards the end. Because it looks like it's not raining that much. So, yeah. So I think one of the new drivers is in the Williams, one of the new drivers is in the Haas. I need to double check which way round it is. But I know there's a new Williams driver and there's a new Haas driver. I just need to double check which way round it is. But we got a few people on their outlaps at the moment. Kitey is looking to look 2 for 2 in this, and it's very. Oh, there's a bit of a slide there in that Ferrari there. I think it's an advantage that he's in with Ferrari, but both races. But you know, he's looking for glory in the number 24. It's quite iconic actually. 24 is my age, so hey ho. So props for that. So if you just joined us, welcome to LOR Season 2 for the Belgium Grand Prix. We just had the classics cars where we've seen JSR Snakes and Dongarang battle for the race victory, and JSR Snakes did take the win there, and it was great to see that as well. And we're back for the modern, which should be good as well. Now, some people said it's not going to dry up, but I think it might. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, a few people are hating me in the Twitter chat right now. I'm sorry. You know, I swear it is not me. But anyway, it is starting to get quite worse actually. So I think it might not dry up, but probably they were right. But anyway, so I think Kitey was the first one to go on a lap. I think no, there's someone right in front of him. It's probably one of the new Haas drivers. But I think there's a few people starting to warm their tyres up a little bit more. So consistently, Chicane's got the most wins, I think, for the season, with 3. Because he won in Britain, Austria, and he won in Japan short, I believe. So he is looking for a much better one today. So Kitey's on a lap at the moment. Don't forget, it is much trickier on these wet conditions. I think he's not the first person to set a lap, but I'm going to follow him anyway because he won last week, and it'll be interesting to see how he does. I will keep an eye on most drivers, to be fair. Oh, he's struggling. I don't think he's going to set a faster lap time. He's just weaving a bit all over the place. So let's just see who else is on that lap that we could follow. I'm just going to see. I think Perez might be on one actually. No, Perez is in the pit. Let's see if Schweitz behind him is on a lap. Looks like he's going a bit fast. Let me just get the telemetry and the lap data up. There we go. I've got that up now. I was wondering I'd forgotten something, but I haven't. Now, he's just braking just for the 100 meter at Bruchel, dropping it down into third gear, all the way down into second. You've got to brake a little bit earlier in these wet conditions, because if you brake roughly at the same time on these wet conditions, you're probably more chance you're going to hit the gravel or hit the wall. You don't really want to that. Going through to the double gosh, a really tricky double left-hander. I think that's why it's called double gosh, because it is a left-hander. Rain, it looks like there was rain flying everywhere because there was little few raindrops. It was probably just me imagining things. Oh my god, my sense of humour is not showing up today, so I won't say much. But anyway, Schweitz is looking good at the moment. I haven't seen what the fastest lap times are in the rain. I don't know what the strategy is. Usually the dry strategy is super soft to medium is the best as a one stop, or you can go to the soft to the medium. So whatever strategy you go on, the one stop is the best. But to be honest, if they have free choice of tyres, they have to see what is going on. And Dongarang's going onto the set of soft. That is interesting. The track is I don't think it's drying up that much. Kitey's going on a lap at the moment. What lap time? He is struggling a bit. I think he's been on the foot a little bit too much. Kitey takes pole at the moment with a 1:37. Dome Thunder goes on a lap. It looks like he's going to be faster than him. Ever justly, he takes pole at the moment in the Haas car. Let's see what the other Haas car, the new Haas car of Buttil, is doing, going towards Blanchimont at the moment. Oh, I think I think his lap time was invalidated there. It looked like his lap time was invalidated, so unfortunately, and it wasn't a fast one anyway, so he is diving into the pits. A lot of these guys I think I've been following have got invalidated lap times, so yes, there's I think according to Dongorang's choice of tyres, I think the track is going to dry up at some point. So I think that's why a lot of people are just trying their limits at the moment in these wet conditions. Oh, Justin has retired from the session. I don't know what happened there. Probably he's binned it on a wall. I don't know. No, he's binned it through Radio. Not the best place to bin it, my friend. I did say there would be a few incidents in Radio, and I was right. So, unfortunately, that is not the best start for him. And Dustin has had some bad luck in the Modern. He's had much better luck. Oh, I was right. It is starting to dry up. So, Chicane is going faster with a 155, but I don't see any drops of rain now. This is going to get interesting. I do see hints of sun coming on, I've got to say. So I think a lot of these people now are going to go into the pits, go onto a set of Supersofts or softs, probably most likely on these types of conditions, probably the Supersoft is the best tyre to go onto, and then go out and try and set a fast lap that time. We're probably not going to see people going to the 140s, probably more likely go onto the 141s, 142s. So I think Dongorang has played the strategy perfectly. He's one of the first people to go onto a set of the Supersoft tyres, and maybe he can make it work, because he's going to make it work to perfection. So pretty much everybody, everybody I think everyone is going to the pits now. I think the only people that are out on those inters is Perez, Higbotham, Damon Rocks and Chicane. Everybody else I think is going to go onto a set of the Supersoft tyres. I think Patil is going on as well as I think it looks like Perez was struggling on those sets of intermediate. So yeah, I love these types of qualifying. It just makes it so much more unpredictable, because we usually get some qualifying in LOR where it is predictable, but I like qualifying like this, changeable conditions where it is unpredictable. So I wonder what it's going to be like in the race. So a few of the guys are probably going to be relieved now that it's not going to rain now, because they were hoping it's going to be not raining, but it is a bit damp, so it's not going to be fast lap time, but obviously it will start to dry up, it will start to rubber in just a little bit. So I can't wait for this. I know I said I can't wait for this loads of times, but it should be fun. But Dongorang is about to start his lap time then. So let's just follow him in the Renault then, and see what lap time he's going to go. Let's go with a hot lap around Belgium then. Going just braking before the 50-metre board through that source, and try and take as much curb as you can, or a little curb, as you can. That's what Dongorang has done. Now approaching the uphill of El Rouge and going towards Radion, hitting the right curve just a little bit, then the left, then the right again, going towards the DRS straight. He actually hit the DRS straight perfectly there as we're going through to the top of the hill at Le Camp, going towards and brake just before the 100 metres forward again, staying in fourth gear. That tricky left-hander about to the right-hander coming up soon, as well as it's going up towards sixth gear, seventh gear, I think dropping it down all the way into third, as he heads just before Bouchel coming up as well. There's still some pretty damp parts of the track, so you've got to be careful there to not exceed the track limits a little bit. But around the tricky left-hander, the double gosh, it is a double left-hander, that's why it's called that, like I said earlier on. But he is looking very strong as well. I forgot what this corner name was called, but let me just check. Let me just get the map up. It is Lefan, that was it, that he just passed. Now going through fourth, yeah, he tried to try to go past someone else who was on an outlap. Didn't quite catch who it was at the moment, and it's not looking like it's going to be a particularly fast lap at the moment, but it's not that dry just yet, so we'll have to wait and see. As Dongorang is just going past the bus stop chicane. Very important you get this right here, and let's see what fast lap time is he going to get. It's probably going to be a really good one at the moment. 1:45.6. We can see improvement, so it's not over yet, as he's one of the first people to set time on those Supersoft tyres, and as well, let's see who else is on those soft tyres. Also Kaisley as well. But I think I just saw someone who was on one just before that. I think Callum is just about to go towards the final few corners. Is he going to... No, he's on an out lap. Oh my word, it is a bit confusing at times, but hey ho. So he's about to go on his flyer at the moment. So he's in the Williams car, of course. So Callum is in the Williams and Fatile. I don't know how to say his name, Ryan's name. I do apologise, but he is in the Haas. So trying to get my word around it at the moment. Oh, we got a yellow flag in sector 1, sector 2. Luckily, Callum did try and avoid that. Who was it? It was Schweitz there, taking an interesting line towards that bus stop chicane. I didn't quite see what caused that yellow flag in sector 1 and sector 2, but I don't know. But anyway, Kitey's on a flyer at the moment. His sector 3 was looking good at the moment. So yeah, and I think Dustin, is pretty annoyed that he crashed, I think, because he wanted the track to dry up, and it did. So that was a bit unfortunate. As KR's just gone fast. This one on 144. I think Kitey could go even faster by his lap standards. I did forget he predicted someone was going to go into 142s, and Kitey has done that. He's looking to turn his victory to a double here in Spa. Spa is one of his strongest tracks, I've got to say, and he's looking very strong. So well done to him. Perez on the soft tyres. That is interesting. He's going on to his fly lap at the moment. Fatile going through sector 3. Doesn't look like he's going fast at the moment, so he's on a out lap as well. JSR Snake still in the pits. That is very interesting. I think he's probably going to wait towards the end. Callum is just about to go across the final. Nope, I think his lap time got invalidated. A lot of invalidated lap times around Spa, but we do see that in Spa, or a few races I've commentated on where I do see that. But anyway, 5 minutes and 34 seconds left to go, and looks like Kitey is the favourite at the moment to take pole position. But we have seen surprises here in LOR, like I've said. So very interesting. As Hit Boston on is retired. Chicane's on a flyer at the moment. Of course, he's on his he's the championship lead at the moment, and he's looking to extend his championship lead at the moment. Having a much better second half of the season in the Modern, to be honest with you. He hasn't DNF'd at all, but not going to jinx anything a lot. So hopefully he's going to have a better one soon as well. I'm dropping a few frames, so I need to close a few windows down. But anyway, Chicane is about to cross the final corner of the bus stop. Is it going to be faster than Kitey? No, it's not. He is in third position at the moment, so he is closing up to Schweitz and Chicane then. So 5 people still have not set a lap time. Possibly these guys are waiting for the perfect moment to get their lap in, I got to say. So that is probably why they're waiting. But I think Fatale is on a lap at the moment. He's on Chris Park sector 3. He is improving quite a lot, to be honest with you, but it's obviously not a clear indication, because obviously he was on his out lap. So that's what is showing for me. He was probably on 2 out laps, I've got to say. There's a lot more sun peeping through. So if I was you, if you're in the pits right now and not looking to go out again, I suggest they do go out again, because I do see a lot of sun. It's going to brighten up pretty quickly. Fatale goes 5th fastest. That's pretty good in the Haas car. Damon Mox is also on the lap as well, just past, is now in the Kemmel straight at the moment, looking through the DRS flat pretty nicely there as well. Yeah, he's on a flyer because he's got ERS mode of 4. No, that looks like his lap time got invalidated there ever so slightly, I've got to say. So, yeah, that looks pretty bad for him, so he's probably going to go out again. I think that is where we're seeing a lot of lap times get invalidated, so not good, I got to say. But hopefully we can see everybody go and set some good lap times, because it's going to be close, especially between the top lot. Kitey is a favourite, but he's going on a fly lap at the moment. The track is going to start to rubber up a little bit more as the track gets drier and it gets hotter, because don't forget high temperatures do get hot, and it's harder on those super softs. So don't push the super softs too much, but I think some of these drivers I know their tire temperatures a little bit more Most of them are using racing line. There is a few people I know that don't use racing line. Don't know who, but I know some that do and some that don't. Chicane I know uses racing line, but I think it's going to get to a stage where you'll probably get to use not the app. Damon Mox is going to pits. Not many people I can follow because they're either on an out lap or they're on an in lap at the moment. So, Dome Thunder was weaving. That's a good lap from him in the Haas car. Dome Thunder is a familiar alley. Need to get my words right today, Jess. Dome Thunder is a familiarity because I also commentate for him on other leagues as well. So he's done quite well, to be honest, in this league. Not gonna lie. He has got some points here and there. His best finish was P4. Unfortunately, he did not finish in Hungary, and if he did miss Hungary, boy, apparently from what I've heard, it was a very good race. So make sure you do check that out. It is on YouTube, actually. We did put it on YouTube, so do check that out after the stream if you missed it, because it was a cracker. And thanks to the two commentators who did fill in for me and Charlie last week. So again, thank you so much. I think without them there wouldn't be a stream. So and they were asked to do it last minute as well. So thank you very much for them. As yeah, looks like I think everyone's on a lap at the moment. Kitey is on a lap at the moment. He's looking faster at the moment. He's flying already in sector 1. He's looking crazy. Old Damon Mox is out. I think he binned it in sector 1. Didn't quite see where. That is what I like to see in the next game, to be honest, is see where people retire, because it is quite tricky to see where it was. So I don't know. There was a little bit of a lock up from Kitey there. There's a few people who haven't set a lap yet that are on a lap. Perez in the Force India is on a lap at the moment. He's got to go really fast. He doesn't want to have an invalidated lap time again because he only got 30 seconds to set a lap time. If he doesn't set a lap time, if any of the JJ, Callum, JSR Snakes or Perez do not set a lap time, then before the second is up, then that's game over. And there will be sign at the back of the grid. But at least they'll get free choice of tyres. So that's probably why. Oh, that looked like invalidated, but I don't know. I can't really tell much at the moment. So, and Fuzio was retired. He's not going to set a lap time at the moment. As the checker flag has fallen then. Oh, he's just hit the gravel. Oh, he looks like he's struggling a little bit. It doesn't look like he's going to set a lap time, but Kitey has just gone fast with a 1:42.2. So he's flying already, but he's still got... Oh, that was a big shunt from Perez, I got to say. So he's going to start from the back of the grid. Yeah, Callum's lap time got invalidated again, so he's starting from the back of the grid as well. Let's see what Schweitz is going to do into the Force India. Looking fast as well. Schweitz and Chicane's probably roughly going to be the last person to set a lap time. Where's Dome Thunder at the moment? Just crossing sector 3. He's in P3. That's a good lap time from him. So it's all on Schweitz and Chicane now. We'll have to wait and see what these two guys can do in terms of lap time. So, where is Schweitz at the moment? So, just about to start sector 3 now. It's going to be ever so tight. He's got to find roughly about 4 or 5 attempts to get into pole position, and Chicane has got to find roughly about a second. So, it is not impossible, but since the track rubber's up anyway, it can easily be done. So, as Schweitz is about to cross the line, what lap time is he going to set? It looks pretty fast to me. It is second. Oh my god, that is close. Chicane crosses the line at the moment. What lap time does he set? Is it going to be pole? Didn't quite see if it was pole or not. He got third, so he didn't get pole, but that was close. That was close. So let's just get the standings up. So, Kitey again takes pole position. I do believe he got pole position in Hungary, so it's his second pole. So well done. So pretty much the top 4 the closest this time. Not as much closer as the classics. So we've got Kitey takes pole, with Schweitz in second, Chicane in 3rd position, JJ Rocks in 4th, Dome Thunder in 5, JSR Snakes in 6th. Fatil doing very well for his debut in the Hash car in 7th position. Damon Rocks in 8th. Kayawaz, or however you say his name, in 9th. And Dongarang running out your top 10. And Dustin did manage to get a lap time, but 2:15 on the inters. So, but his lap time was classified. But unfortunately, everyone else behind him did not set a lap time due to the invalidation, because it is very harsh on this track. I know that because I done a few Oh, what is happening to the grid right now? There's a few cars that were flipping towards one other car. That was crazy. But yes, a few people saying, oh, they would have been that place if their lap time got invalidated. They would have been close as well. Oh, that just goes to show how harsh the invalidations are and the track limits on in Spa. But yes, so Chicane did say to us in the chat earlier on that he wasn't looking very confident. The last time he touched the game was the last LOR race in Hungary, and to get 3rd place around Spa, it is pretty good going for the Sauber drivers. So good on you, Chicane, who's taken that P3 now. Kite, Schweiz and Chicane. It'll be interesting to see how that works towards the line. Maybe the best position, I think, will be Schweiz in P2, because he's going to go on the attack quite quickly and possibly get the move done into turn 1. So Kitey has got to make sure that he gets that start working much better, really, to be honest with you. If he doesn't get that start working, that's going to cost him. So let's just see what the bottom half look like in terms of tyres. P11 down to 14th. All the bottom lot are on the soft tyres, so they're looking like they're going to go on to a soft to the mediums. Interesting to see how that turns out. And obviously the top 5 qualified on the super soft, so they'll be starting their race on the super softs and looking like they're going to be on the super soft to medium strategy. But in some races I've commentated in the past around Belgium, I have seen some people make the super soft to soft work. They do very well in tyre strategy and managing their tyres, but I've hardly seen that many people do that. JSR Snakes on the alternate on the soft tyre, Fatil on the super soft, and Damon Rocks, I think he's the only one going for the alternate strategy and the only one who's going to qualify on the set of medium tyres. So, but I have seen people go qualify on the set of mediums and it make it work. So, to be honest, for Damon Rocks, he's not out of the woods yet. So if he can stretch those medium tyres well and get involved in some battles, then he's going to make that. He's just going to make that work pretty much as well. So I am looking forward to it, just to see what happens, and find out as well what is going to go on at the moment. So as Schweiz and Chicane are about to make their positions on the starting grid. I hope you're all looking forward to this as much as we are. This is going to be a very close fight. Hopefully these guys, all of them, pretty much make it clean into turn 1, as Perez and Callum making their final grid spots. The final 2 ones to line up on the grid. Only 1 disqualification, so well done, lads, you done me proud. Anyway, the 5 lights are about to go on in 3, 2, 1. And it is lights out, and away we go. And Kai's got a very good start there, but Schweiz is already in trouble there from Chicane. Chicane, very good start actually. Kaiti dropped a little bit there in turn 1. Oh, we see a Renault who was, I think, lost it. I think it was Dongarang. No, it wasn't Dongarang, it was someone else. But apart from that, everybody else making it clean into turn 1. What a superb, oh my word. Kaiti and JJ Rocks looks like, oh, and Callum is out, Schweiz is out. Oh, we are seeing the timers already in turn 1. It is not over in turn 1, so I don't know why some of these guys do take it less cautiously, but that's what happens in racing. So far, Chicane getting the better start there with JSR Snakes in P2. Damon Rocks, very good start. Let's just see what position he has dropped. He's gained 5 positions. Oh my word. What a good start from him. Dongarang up into P4. Dome Thunder in P5. So quite a few positions. Kaiti did lose it a little bit there. He looked like he had a good start to begin with, but unfortunately he just lost it. So unfortunately Kaiti is now in 8th, and he's definitely got some working to do. He's got some catching up. He's got some catching up to do for the rest of the field, and I probably jinxed him there. So I do apologise that happened. But anyway, well, it looks like Dongarang is out as well. So already a lot of retirements in this Belgian Grand Prix. It looks like Dongarang binned it in Paul Frere by the looks of things. So he is out as well. So far, 3 retirements, but it's Chicane that leads the way after starting from P3. That launch, that mega start from Chicane looked superb. He was just looked like he was in control. So props to him, as Jay's out of Snakes as well. So the 2 Sauber teammates are P1 and P2 at the moment. Damon Rocks in P3, Dome Thunder in P4, Kerrard in 5 lap. Literally, pretty much everybody's going to the pits. Dustin is out as well. Oh my word. Hopefully we're not going to see any more retirements, because it's absolutely mental. I've never seen a Spa race like this where we've seen many retirements already in lap 1. So that is, oh my word, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh my god, this game. Anyway, so we have that. Let's just see what battles we've got on the track at the moment. Looks like Perez is going to try and make a move towards the right-hand side of Footil. Footil trying to defend for his life. He's doing very well to go through Radion. Now going through the Camel Straight there. No DRS enabled as of yet, as they're side-by-side at the moment, going towards Lecombe, or however you say that corner. As I think Perez got that job done, as he's up into P8 right now. Kaiti in P7 at the moment, trying his best to recover there. Hig Boston as well, he's gaining roughly about 6th position as well. So at the moment, he was looking good all. He's a little bit of the gravel there, he's got to be careful about that. Damon Rox is also catching up to Dome Thunder in Blanchimont, so he is looking very impressive as well for the opening laps of this Grand Prix there. It does look quite hot in Belgium, so it is going to be, we have a few people that are left this session. Kaiti's left. So, it looks like we're going to have a restart, lads. It looks like we're going to have a restart. Oh, dearie me. Chicane's probably not going to be happy about this, but it does look like we are going to have a restart. So, we're just going to wait for the lobby to do it, and it looks like it's going to be grid editor kind of thing. So, yeah, I think, yeah, it is going to be a restart. That was crazy, I gotta say. I think there was a few glitches, a few desyncs that I did see. There was a few crashes that a few people could not avoid. There's a few people still going, and we need, so I'm just gonna check if I need to leave the session. As I think there's still people in the lobby. Now, if I leave the session, that will probably give an indication to that the lobby's restarted. So, let me just switch over a second to this. There we go, to that scene. There we go. So now I can leave, and then it'll all be hunky-dory, and, yeah. So, that's probably the first race in a while where we had a restart. Like, one of the leagues I commentated on before have had a restart as well, but not in a while. So LOR probably is the first as well. So yeah, that was crazy, I've got to say. But I am just waiting for an invite to the next lobby then, and it's going to take a while, guys, to get the lobby back to normal, because they got to sort out the grids and stuff like that. And this is very crucial here. They got to start on the tyres they qualified on. So I'm just going to get a screenshot for them, just so I can get the tyres. I can't do that at the moment. That is quite odd. I think I can. Yeah, I can. That's all good. that is all good. So as well, whilst I get that screenshot for the admins, of course. So I am just waiting. I'm waiting for the perfect moment. There we go. I have just got it. Just give me a moment. I am helping as much as I can here to try and run this lobby as smooth as possible. It is crazy, I know. But there we go. Oh no, that didn't work. Why are you not working? I'm just trying to get that. Multitasking is the word to do, to be honest, to get this working. Oh no, I don't want to print. Copy. There we go. Oh, you just heard a kaboom from that. So there we go. Tires. Oh, there we go. That's probably helped them ever so slightly. But anyway, what are your thoughts now going into this race then? Because now the restart is happening. Looks like a lot of people are going to get much better starts, or maybe they can get worse starts. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see and find out what is going on. And maybe people can get a better restart than most people. So we'll have to find out about that. So I'm just waiting to get an invite. I haven't got an invite as of yet, so we are still waiting for the moment. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a short break. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of the music that I've got. Yeah, and as soon as the lobby has started up again, we will start the stream again. Well, the stream will be running, but you'll just have music. So, yeah, Callum just said 1998 all over again, and I did say Spa 98 in the stream. I swear I've been jinxing people so much today. But anyway, here's a quick short break for you guys, for you to get a cup of tea, quick snack break, and whilst we get this lobby set up. So, we'll see you in a bit, and hopefully this restart will go alright. See you in a bit. are back after our quick break from the restart whilst we were setting the lobby up. I'm Jess and I'll be your commentator for this modern race for round number 13 of the LOR Season 2 Championship in Spa-Francorchamps. So for those of you just joined us, the start of the race went absolutely crazy. There was a lot of retirements, a few disconnections as well. So the admins just took the decision to retire. So yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, but we had to restart it. So the rules, like I said earlier on in the stream, how it is going to go is basically they have to start on the tyres that they have started the race on the last time around, because I just put a screenshot. But the bottom half, they do have a choice, so they don't have to if they don't want to, but it is advisable. For the top 10, it is a must here. So, and if they don't do that, they will be disqualified. So it is very important. So the stewards will be keeping a close eye on what is going on. So we'll have to find out and see what happens. So I wonder if people are going to make through El Rouge and Bazion much more cleaner this time. So we are hoping and praying it's going to go better than last time. So we are about to go underway here in Belgium. Unfortunately, KOR's, it was around about midnight for him, and if he would have gone, it would have been 1 AM once the race finished. So unfortunately, he did not have enough, give enough time to do that. So anyway, we are just going to find out what is going on with this. There's I think the lobby did ready too quick, because I think chicane went on the softs, but I don't know. It's always Dustin has just got disqualified. But we are hoping that these guys can do a much better strategy in terms of strategy, and we wonder how this is going to play out and see if people can get... I think the ones on the Super Softs are going to get a much better start in terms of track position. Hopefully Kitey won't lose it into turn 2 like he did last time. But we shall see. We shall see, and we'll have to find out. And hopefully this restart will go absolutely smoothly, to be honest with you. I am hoping and praying, and it's just got to work out. So, and I need to actually change scenes. That would help, Jessica. There we go. I was wondering why you couldn't see what was going on, and that was because I forgot to change scenes on my OBS. So there we go. We are back. Whoa. We are back. Finally. We're about to get this underway here in Belgium for round number 13. Who do you think is going to win this race, guys? Is it going to be any of the top 3, or could possibly the ones in the midfield do justice as well? All will be revealed pretty soon. So we will have to find out. Now, it looks like, because they readied up too quickly, it looks like we may have to restart again, but I don't know. We'll have to find out at some point. But so basically, I'm just about to say, don't be ready up next time until Aaron says so. My typo is going. My words today is going absolutely crazy. But anyway, let's get started again. And hopefully we should get a smoother restart, as we have got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it is lights out, and away we go. Kitey got a much better start there than he did last time. And chicane is trying to defend off a fight, but unfortunately did not quite work out. We have got much cleaner into turn 1 this time. Whew, what a relief. Are they going to make it clean through El Rouge? That is what I like to know. As I think JJ Ross has gained a few positions off the start. Callum has gained it quite much as well. Oh my word, Damon Rocks has lost it. Callum has lost it as well. But no retirement, which is good to see right now, as I think they've all made it through El Rouge pretty decently, with a few people going off the track, so they may have to pit again, but no damage, which is good to see. But right now, Kitey holds on to the lead, only just, with Schweit in at second, and chicane in 3rd position. And we do have a battle for 7th as Dongarang makes his way past Dustin there into P7S. So great stuff from him. JSL Snakes, who's lost a bit of positions, but he's gaining ground again as he's making his way up into P8, which is good stuff for the Sauber driver. Perez is right behind him as well. Let's see how Perez is going to do going through that very tight complex. Coming up soon, and we went a little bit wide again. There's some people taking it a little bit too aggressive at times, and that's what's causing them to lose a bit of track position. But it is all looking good for the top 3 at the moment, as they're saying as they are at the moment. Schleif is around about 2nd, but we've got Jones, JJ Rocks and Chicane side by side going towards the bus stop chicane. It looks like one of them was pushed off. I couldn't really see whose fault was it. Oh, that was a bit of front wing damage from both of them, I think. There was a bit of an end plate loss, I've got to say. But that means chicane has dropped it all the way down into P6. So he was hoping that restart wasn't meant to happen, but unfortunately it has for him. So his race is going from bad to worse at this moment in time. But Don't Thunder has gained quite a lot of positions. Gained the most out of the lot, as he's in 3rd position at the moment. JSL Snakes getting a 3-second time penalty. So has Chicane as well as Vitil up into 5th now. I think Chicane has lost a little bit of downforce as he got to the top of that hill there. Now he's under pressure from Dongarang again. Oh! Dongarang's forced Chicane off just a little bit. He's lost it, which is unfortunate because Dongarang was keeping it clean in the classic race, and he's lost it a bit in the modern. I don't know what's happened to him. Oh my word, that is just a shame, to be honest. I think Callum has been forced to pit, I think, due to the issues he's had at the start of the race. So not the best start from his perspective, from his debut, but Futil, on the other hand, doing very well in 5th position. So Chicane dropping it down. Dongarang, I think, is being a little bit too aggressive, trying to hold on to that position. So if he's not careful, he's going to lose a bit of his front wing, and he'll probably be forced to pit again if he's not careful. But it's going to be very tight going towards Paul Frere right now. It looks like it's going to be 5 wide at this moment in time. Oh my word, holy moly. What has just happened? What has just happened? Higbossen is out. Chicane's out. Oh, that is how you take Paul Frere, I've got to say, in Blanchimont and stuff like that, as Dongarang almost lost it there. Dongarang, I think, has got to be, a little bit more careful. That was just crazy. As I think also JJ Box got involved a little bit as well. As, yeah, another DNF. 2 DNFs in a row for the Belgians. So he is not going to increase his championship league. Kaiti, though, is going to. JJ Rocks and Perez are side by side going through the Camel Straight, going to the top of the hill now. Let's see who's going to take advantage. Looks like it's JJ Rocks, but Vitil could get that switch back. And they're side by side. Oh, this is going to be close. And it looks like, I think Vitil holds on. Dustin and Perez. Oh, that's going to be close as well. Callum just getting in position. I think Dongarang has been forced to pit as well due to the damage as well. So chaos starts to this Belgian Grand Prix. Not as chaos as the first take, as it were, but there was a little bit of chaos, and just hopefully these drivers take it a little bit more cleanly. Chicane is not very impressed. He has just left the session. He's not having that. Oh, if I was him, I would be feeling bad in his shoes, to be honest with you. So unfortunate for Chicane, but let's just see who has gained the most positions. And the one who's gained the most positions this race so far, from around about lap 2 and 3, is Perez in the Force India. So he's having a very good race so far. I think starting from last place and now going all the way into 8th. So looking good from him, from his perspective as well then. So I am interested to see how these tyres are going to manage for the rest of this race. They're going to cope, as I think a few of these guys will probably have to pit again if they're not careful, if they got involved in a collision, especially the ones in the bottom such as Callum and Dongarang. But the other guys, let me just get the tyres up as well. So that is just unfortunate to have 2 cars like that. It was just absolutely crazy going through Blanchimont. It's kind of like a mini El Rouge. It's kind of tough. So basically, Higginbotham got a retirement in the first take, and in the restart, he got a retirement as well. So not the best for him. As oh, I think Damon Rocks has lost it by the looks of things. JJ Rocks has gained quite a few positions, so has Dustin as well. Dustin all the way up into P6. Snake is closing up onto Dustin like a hawk at the moment, going through Bouchal. I think that's how you say the corner, but there we go. Now, in high in ERS mode 3, managing his ERS mode quite well in these opening stages of the race then with JSR Snakes. He's looking to get a better result today. Looks like he's on course for it at the moment on these soft tyres. Dustin on my screen is around about 90,000 behind JJ Rocks, but it's clearly not on my screen, so it might be a graphical glitch my end. It might be the other way around, but I don't know, because he's definitely not 90 seconds behind JJ Rocks. So yeah, it's definitely a glitch, I've got to say. So GG game for what's happened there. But anyway, JSR Snake is looking like he's going to challenge Dustin for the position then. David Rocks is retired, not quite sure what happened there. Let me just go on board with one of them just to see if I can catch up. I don't think those two are too far behind. Unfortunately, I can't catch up to them to see what happens to them. But I think Dustin managed to hold on to JSR Snakes. But can JSR Snakes get a better run into turn 1? He took a little bit too much curb there, but looks like he managed to hold it together a little bit. Perez closing up to JSR Snakes as well. So a 3-way battle for P6 is on the cards, because it is proving to be very interesting for these guys. It is a battle for the win for these top 8 guys, to be honest with you, as we're on lap 5 of 22 of this Grand Prix. And interestingly enough, Damon Rocks ran, I think, around about 10 ballast, I think. So that's why he struggled a little bit, which I think was a bit of a shame. So that was why I think he was as well. But anyway, I'm just seeing how Kitey's going to do. Damon Rocks has left the session, so he's not very impressed either. But Kitey's already pulling away from the rest of the field on those super soft tyres. But we could see the super soft runners pit around about either now at the end of lap 5 or towards the end of lap 6. That is what the pit window is supposed to be for these soft runners. So how this is going to work is going to be very interesting. And we're going to see a few of these guys go onto the mediums, I believe, if they pit now. But I wonder what the people on the soft tyres are going to do when they pit. People, especially Dustin and JSR Snakes as well, to see if he can try and catch up as well. And apologies if you do hear my tummy rumbling as well. I should have ate before this race, but I didn't know this was going to happen. But anyway, we are seeing a few of the soft runners, the super soft runners, still staying out. So it looks like most of the people are going to make a dash to the pit the exact same lap. And they don't share the same pit box, so as teammates, they've got to be working together to make sure they don't pit at the same time. Otherwise, they've got a bit of a lock up. Oh, JSR Snakes went a bit wide there. That's allowing, I think, Perez to see how we can catch up as well. So that's going to be quite a little bit of a knock-on effect for JSR Snakes. Maybe his soft tyres are not working out best for him at the moment, as I think Perez is going to get a launch into the Camel Straight then, going through to the con coming up soon. And he does that, he gets that move done quite easily, in fact, and up into P7. He's about 1.7 seconds behind Dustin at the moment. And I think he can easily catch up to him as well, because they're on similar tyres, but we can have a good battle on our hands as well. But not interestingly, I think the midfield is where the battles are happening at this moment in time. We're not seeing any battles up front at the moment. I'm only seeing battles midfield, so quite a quiet race at the moment, but sometimes that's what happens in LOR, but and sometimes it could be glitches that happen, but yeah, so far most of these guys are starting to keep it together. They're driving a little bit more cautiously and getting involved in some clean battles. So well, I do see a lot of issues will be taken to the stewards, especially with the retirements that have happened. So yeah, crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy stuff. As Schweit is the first of the soft runners going to the pits. Kitey in the pit as well. So basically, the two leaders in the pit. So basically, it is a battle for the pit crews to see who's going to come out on top. But, oh, what happened to Kitesy? Did he go? Oh yeah, Kitesy is going. And Schweitz unfortunately didn't get the jump as he would have liked. That confused me because a lot of people were pitting at the same time. So Kitesy landed himself in P6 just behind JSR Snakes now, who's still yet to pit. Schweitz on a set of supers? Really? So it looks like Schweitz then is going on a set of super softs and he's probably going to go on a 2-stop. He has to pit again. He has to pit again because the rule is you've got to go onto a different compound. And if he's not careful, if he stays on this to the end of the race, then he is going to get disqualified. So that is probably a bit of a shame from his part. Maybe it wasn't meant to happen from him, but really, it might have been a mistake from Schweitz to go onto those set of supers. Dome Thunder's gone to a set of medium, so wonder that's how going to work out for him. He's going to pit to the end of the race then, as he tries to close up onto the top bunch as well. So your net leader at the moment is Kitesy from Schweitz from Dome Thunder, who have pitted already as well. So let's look at the leaders gap then, to see how the pit strategy is going to work. So looks like it at the moment, Kitesy and Kitesy definitely played that on perfectly, and he's definitely going to be on course to taking this win already by the looks of things. But you never know. Like I said, we have seen some surprises in LOR. We have seen some shockers, so we'll have to find out what happens. As Futil goes to the pit a lap later than everybody else, but that was because his teammate pitted a lap earlier as well, so obviously they don't share the same pit boxes, so he had no other choice as well. So Futil is going to the pits then. A good stint from him. He manages his tyres to the end of the pit window, so very good to see as well. As I think he's going off a set of soft. Yes, no, medium. So ignore what the wheels are saying. Ignore, just concentrate on what the graphics is saying. As I think Futil comes in to, yeah, he is just behind JJ Box in P8. So the field, I think, close, but I think Dongarang has got a little bit of a while to catch up to the rest of the field, I think. So, yes, we got yellow flag in sector 1. Don't quite sure what happened there. Might have been a glitch our end, but we did see a bit of a lock up there. So, it'll be interesting to see as well how Dustin is going to manage those soft tyres, as is around about lap 12 to 15, I think, is the pit window for the set of softs, and then to go on to the mediums or the soft. It does the super softs, but it does depend on what tyres you go onto. And maybe Dustin, with a bit of a push, could push it onto the set of those tyres and go to those supers and make it through to the end and possibly get on the fastest lap. You never know. But Dustin has definitely played some miracles in LOR already. So I wonder, you know, things just happen sometimes. But I think Kitey's still going to go side by side with Dustin. Kitey easy gets the move there. He's on newer tyres than Dustin, and Kitey regains the lead of this Grand Prix. Perez and JSR Snake still yet to pit on those Sav softs as well as Dustin. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Schweitz on a set of super softs. I wonder how that's going to turn out. Maybe he was going for a two-stop strategy as well, to see how that's going to play, because I don't think the supers, to be honest, I don't think the supers don't last very long at all in Belgium, because it is quite hot. You could imagine the track temperature could be quite hotter than usual, and things can play games in sometimes. But anyway, Schweitz and JSR Snakes side by side through the Camel Straight. Schweitz probably has the advantage due to the tyres, but JSR Snakes is catching up. Schweitz getting the better run there in the corner, and he stays in P4. Fortunately, we didn't get a good camera angle there, so but now Schweitz is going to try and catch up to his teammate. Maybe he was playing no strategy all along, and I think Callum is pitting once again to go onto a set of mediums, but maybe that was his plan all along, to go onto a set of mediums then. But he's going to find it hard to try and catch up, unfortunately, to the rest of the field either. But I think if he was to stay on those softs for longer, then he'd probably have a bunch somehow. So Yeah, he may have done the right thing being when he did, but it's going to take a while to catch up to the rest of the field. But maybe he can have a much better race next time around, and we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Schweitz is in P4 at the moment and already catching up to his teammate. That is very good to see as well. I wonder if they'll be working together or whether they will be fighting for position. I think, to be honest with you, there will be fighting for position. And look at that, they're going through Blanchimont like crazy. Schweitz gets the job done on those supers, and he's up into P3 at the moment. What a move. But don't forget, Perez still hasn't pitted yet, so maybe Schweitz didn't need to make that move, but it was for the glory. Anyway, maybe Perez maybe have an inkling thinking, well, we'll have to pit soon. As Dustin and JSR Snakes pit for a set of the soft tyres then. Wonder how that's going to play out for these guys as they're going to go towards to the end of the race then. JSR Snakes, Dustin is going on to a set of mediums. JSR Snakes, I think, going on a set of softs. Oh, that was quite a long pit stop. Yeah, JSR Snakes is going to a set of mediums as well, and so is Dustin then. So pretty much everybody, I think, has pitted now, except Perez. Perez hasn't made the gains pretty much as he would have liked to have seen in this race. So I wonder, you know, maybe he should have started on the supers, but sometimes going on the alternate strategy doesn't pay off ever so slightly. But we can't tell the future, to be honest with you. We don't know how it works out. It just sometimes it's just by pure luck at times around Belgium, to be honest with you. As Fittil, Ryan has got a penalty. That was 3 seconds. I think that didn't look like it was his first penalty. No, it wasn't his first penalty. So he is, I think he's on 2-3 seconds one at the moment. JSL Snakes on another. He's racking up with those 3 second time penalties today. So we're pretty much halfway in to this Grand Prix, and Kitey is still managing to hold on to that lead. But can Schweitz in the Force India catch up? Don't forget, Schweitz does need to pit again. He needs to go onto a set of softs or mediums because he doesn't want to get disqualified. The supers only last for around about 7 or 8 laps. So he's got to be careful on how he manages them. And if he doesn't get involved in too many battles, I've got to say. So I'm intrigued because everybody pretty much is on different strategies and they're still keeping going, and I wonder, because they're all on different setups as well. It's not like the classic race where they're on default setup. Some people have different setups. They may have higher ballast or something like that just to make sure they manage it, and maybe that mistake might have costed them ever so slightly. So we are intrigued to see who's got the strategy right then. Well, we are going to find out as we get towards the end of this Grand Prix, but we're not there yet at the moment. As Perez has been on those soft tyres for 10 laps, so maybe he's going to get a good midfield position. You never know. But Dome Thunder and Fittil are running close to each other on those set of mediums. So Fittil running very well on his first race in LOR, and he's looking very strong, and he's going to get some decent points for the Haas team and for the constructors. So very good stuff from the Haas pair at this moment in time, as we've got a few more penalties starting to arise at this moment. So it is quite harsh, these penalties at times, but sometimes you can bump it in corners and get a few warnings. But I will check the penalties towards the end of this race, so do not worry about that, as I think Fittil is going to go side by side with Dome Thunder going through Blanchimont. That was a little bit wide from Dome Thunder. I think he was forced off the circuit just a tiny bit. Not a lot though, just a tiny bit, as they're going through the Boss Shop chicane right now. Dome Thunder just got a 5 second stop go, probably just that coming together. I don't know, but Dome Thunder, I keep calling him Dome Thunder, but it's Don. I usually call it Scon, I don't know. But anyway, they're side by side at the moment. Fittil manages to get P4 from him. We do have a problem with sector 3. I think that problem's gone away because the yellow flag just gone. It might have been someone running ever so slowly. I think that is probably what the cause is at the moment. So, we're on lap 12 or 22 at the moment. Dome Thunder still managing to close in onto Fitzel. Fitzel running a bit wide again. That's causing the Dome Thunder, not Dome Thunder, to close in even more. Why do I think he's called Dome Thunder? It's Dumb Thunder. You don't pronounce dumb like Dome. Sorry, Dumb Thunder. Dumb Thunder's one of the only Australians, I think, in this race, as well as Taylor Wells, who unfortunately can't make it, and also Shane as well, who unfortunately has retired. Both of them taking a very interesting line there. Fitzel taking a little bit more off the track than Dumb Thunder has in the two houses, of course. So they are going to start set free at the moment. It'll be interesting to see who gets the better line off here, and hopefully they can manage their tyres to perfection. Dongarang is struggling a little bit on those set of softs because Callum is eating it into him in his time, and Dongarang will have to pit again because I don't think the soft tyres are going to last very long, but you never know, as I think Schweitz is, Schweitz, I'll be interested to see if he gets the podium here. I will be asking him in the podium interviews actually why he chose to go on a 2-stop, because it is a little bit of a gamble, but that gamble could pay off as he's on a newer set of the soft tyres. He's now going to try and catch up to the two Haas cars of Dome Thunder and Fitzel. Fitzel looks like he could be on the chance for a podium for his first race. That could be absolutely remarkable. He probably will not be expecting that on his opening race, I got to say. The Dome Thunder is catching though. Gonna get the switch back. Fitzel, yes, he got the switch back done. Still in P3, but look at Dome Thunder. He's trying to close in, but now Dome Thunder is under pressure from Schweitz. Could Schweitz get a double overtake here and make the strategy work? He's on newer tyres. Maybe the 2-stop strategy sometimes is faster on some cases, but we do have a low turnout today, that's probably why. But due to the fact that this battle has been holding up, that's allowed Kaiti and Perez to pull away from the rest of the field. This is absolutely remarkable stuff from the Ferrari. Oh no, Perez is out! Perez is out of the race. Oh, he spins it in Lafayette. Unfortunately, no, it wasn't Lafayette, it was another corner, similar corner. It wasn't the fan, it was, I think, between Campers and Stavelot. Oh, that's unfortunate. That looked like to be a very good battle for that Force India driver, but unfortunately he is out. That has put the two houses on very good contention then, and Kaiti at 23.6 second lead. He'll probably be very happy with that, and he could afford to put his feet off the pedal. And now, because he's a pit stop ahead of them, he can afford to pit again in around about 2 or 3 laps time, go on a set of supers, and go to the end, and he can just pull away again like I'm trying to think of a saying. But that's not going to work out, so need I say anything more? But anyway, Fitzel up into second. Look at Dome Thunder, he's still closing in. So Schweitz as well. JJ Box all over the back of Schweitz as well. Dustin closing in as well. So we've only got to train about 4 or 5 cars already around the Kemmel Straight. This is crazy from these guys. It's great to see action happening on track between these guys. We're going through to this stage of the Grand Prix where action is happening. Schweitz in the Force India, lost the position from JJ Roxell. The mistake from Schweitz is probably going to come back to haunt him slightly, but JJ Rox in the McLaren, and he's doing ever so well to hold on to P4. He's probably going to have a little bit of controversy earlier from the stewards inquiry, but he's P4 for now. Again, I haven't seen what penalties are like, so I don't know how this is actually going to work for these guys. So I don't know. I do see a little bit of debris. I am quite surprised, to be honest with you, that a safety car hasn't been brought out. I'm pretty surprised. So because of that debris, but that's because that debris was probably off track as well. JJ Box and Schweitz getting a better run. I think he's on newer tyres, so that's probably helped, because JJ Box is on 6-lap old mediums. Schweitz is on newer tyres and on the one of the softest compounds. and he's up into P4 now, trying to close up onto Dome Thunder and Fatil Mai. This is going to be a battle which is going to go towards the end. And Chaz Williams is broadcasting in the thingy, and I forgot to mute the Oops. Anyway, hopefully he won't cause any trouble at the moment. Aaron and Perez looking very frustrated with that, which means it looks like there's a few people that are going to get points now due to those retirements, as the two Hast cars are running side by side going through Le Camp. Looks like I think Fatil holds on only just to P2. My oh my, I never seen a battle for these two Hast drivers in a while in real life. It's great to actually see it on the game. Dongarang getting the fastest lap, so he is trying to catch up to Callum in the Williams and Dongarang in the Renault, so I wonder how that's going to play out between those bottom lot. JSR Snakes in 7th, he's around about 2.5 seconds behind Dustin. Dustin is trying to catch up to these guys. Dustin is looking for a mistake from either of them, and he can easily get that position back. He's just like, I'm in a good position right now, and if any of those make no mistakes, that's where he is. So definitely, Dustin is in a good position at the moment, but you'll never know, as the two Ferraris are looking to score some pretty much decent points at the moment. So I am very happy with how this is going to play out between these guys. And again, let us know your predictions in the chat on who you think is going to win. Dome Thunder gets the move on Fatil. Schweitz is still going to catch up to Fatil. Or Fatil, I need to know how to say the name correctly. Some very clean racing between these Haas drivers, actually. Very, very impressed between these guys. Fatil is going to get DRS on his teammate. Dome Thunder having a very good race. He's going to get some good points at this rate. Yeah, both going to make the move into turn 1. The guys behind are looking to see if the two Haas drivers are going to make a mistake. Not at the moment, though. Looks like those two drivers are running head to toe, or toe to nail, how you say. I need to get my sayings right. Ready for the next Grand Prix, I got to say. Schweitz is, I think, the Schweitz was looking like he's going to go in the middle of them. Deary me, as Dome Thunder has lost it. Schweitz looks like he's going to get the move done on Fatil, going through to Le Camp. JJ Rock's closing in as well. Schweitz is up into P2 now. Holy moly, this is crazy stuff here at the Belgian Grand Prix. JJ Rocks now looks like he's going to go past Dome Thunder, so Dome Thunder has lost a bit of time. That's not going to help his case at the moment, but we haven't seen what the penalties like. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably not going to check penalties, because it is probably going to spoil quite a lot of situations. So I'm going to find out when you guys find out as well. That is very important as well. So Kaitsi in the lead, 28.8 seconds, and he can afford to pit. He's going to pit. But he can afford to, though. I think he wasn't going to if he was not. But he's been on those tyres for 9 laps, and I think if he was on those tyres for longer, then he probably could have. So he's going to go onto a set of the softs, go to the end, and afford to push even more. So, my, that is going to be a good stuff from Kaiti there. He got in back to battles with Schweitz at the beginning, but at the moment, he hasn't been involved in any much battles. He's been control pretty much the whole race, and he's still around about 12 seconds behind the rest of the lot. This is remarkable from the Ferrari driver, as he's going to close up for the championship. Schweitz in P2, Fatil in P3. JJ Rocks now, Dome Thunder is going to look to see if he can make a move into El Rouge then. This is going to be interesting if they make it through Radley on cleanly. Yes, they do. JJ Rocks has got to defend for his life at the moment. JJ Rock takes the right-hand side line, and Dome Thunder takes the left. Looks like Dome Thunder gets a better run into Le Camp, but JJ Rock gets the switch back ever so nicely there. Unfortunately, that camera didn't do much justice, unfortunately, when I was commentating, but JJ Rock is up into P4 right now, staying in P4, keeping that position. Zongarang is pitting again. He is definitely struggling in this Grand Prix. I think this is his 3rd stop. Yeah, this is going to be his 3rd stop. I don't know. Is it? Or is he going to go onto soft? And he's been hot. Oh, yeah, it's a front wing change. It is a front wing change. Oh, Dongarang. It's not the race for Dongarang, I got to say. So, yeah, that was a shame for that. I don't know. But, but I'm just going to see what is going on for Dome Thunder as he tries to close in. 3 more laps to go then. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to get driver of the day then here at the LOR Season 2 in Belgium. This has been absolutely exciting. Final parts of this Grand Prix. Absolutely remarkable stuff. Very tight entry in the bus stop chicane from the McLaren and the Haas. Looks like JJ Rocks just overtook Dome Thunder, not Dome Thunder, oh my word. But anyway, JJ Rocks up into P4 at this moment in time, and he's going to try and catch up to Foothill. He's in a very good position to do so I won't be surprised if he does. So, yeah, Dongarang has done 3 stops due to that front wind change. So, he's pretty much done the most stops out of everybody else, which I hate to say is quite unfortunate for the Renault driver, but hopefully he can recover like I said. So, but I think JJ Rocks is losing a little bit. Foothill, I think, is a bit too further behind from Schweiz. Dustin and JSR Snakes are getting involved in a battle. JSR Snakes, that was a sweeping move from him. Luckily, I managed to catch the battle just in time. It was only just though, but anyway, JSR Snakes now back up into P6, and I think he's being consistent in P6 at this moment, so he's going to try and catch up to Dome Thunder now. He's in a good position to do so. Going towards, I think Dome Thunder went up a little bit wide, ever so slightly touching that left-hand curve. And I think JSR Snakes is trying to find some time. He's found about 1.14, now he's on 9/10 now. It's interesting that debris is still there. Why hasn't the game not cleared that up? To be honest, I don't know. But anyway, JJ Rocks right behind Foothill. No, Dome Thunder right behind JJ Rocks. My bad. I got my Haas drivers confused there. Heidi just saying the fastest lap there. He is definitely on a league of his own, to be honest with you. He's just crazy, you know? And it's looking like he's going to take that second win. Hopefully, to be honest, Kaisi does not boil it, but I'm not going to jinx anything more, as I think our attention towards the end of this race is mainly towards the battle for the midfield. That is what is going to go on at this moment in time, and for those of you in the UK that haven't had lunch yet, props to you, and I haven't had lunch yet either, and I'm still commentating on this race, this crazy race, I got to say, is JJ Rocks. Unfortunately, still a little bit too further behind to catch up to Foothill. If he gets onto the podium, I will know how to say his name right. I might just say Ryan, because it's probably 100 ways to say his name, but anyway, I think I keep saying in an American way. I don't know why, but so far Schweiz is 17 seconds behind Kaitsi. I think Kaitsi doing a better strategy keeping into that. And to be honest, I think the mistake was Schweiz going on to those super softs quite early, and him gambling on that strategy, but he still managed to hold on to P2. Maybe P2 is what he wants, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this is going to work in terms of the interview perspectives at this moment in time, but I wonder, you know, it is very, very demanding for these guys to run in these types of conditions, but it is harder in the wet than it is in the dry. So think yourself lucky that these guys are still running in these types of conditions. Dongarang getting another penalty. I'm not surprised he's going to retire at this rate. That is just really, really sad from the Renault driver. He's just having bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. But anyway, 2 more laps to go. Can JJ Rocks is side by side with Foothill. Footill's chance of a podium can't be lost. Could be JJ Rocks to command with. JJ Rocks has gained quite a lot of positions already in this race. He could be on chance to gain for another one, going for the jump Camel Straight, but that was a bit of a mistake. He went a little bit wide then. I wonder what line he's going to take through here. He gets the left side line, a much better line from him. But can Foothill get the switch back going into leg comp? No, he can't. JJ Rocks hold on to P3 and 1 move from him. JJ Rocks unfortunately gets a time penalty, so that unfortunately that could be short-lived from the McLaren driver, and Foothill could still hold on to P3 at this race. But oh my words, that is a good move, but unfortunately he could not possibly not get it on track, which to be honest is a bit of a shame, I've got to say. I just feel quite bad for what JJ Rocks is experiencing if he's got penalties. I'm actually going to check penalties actually. But no, I can't because there's still battles going on. So I think you're probably more than interested to find out what the battles are going on more than the penalties. Oh, that was a bit of a slide from JSR Snakes there in the Sauber. But anyway, he's closing up Dumb Thunder and he could gain another position. He could gain P5 in this Grand Prix, which can close in the championship. I gotta say, JSR Snakes still in contention for this championship then. But he is got a lot of penalties then. So it could be Dustin can hold on to P7. I don't know. But the position of the state. Oh no! Footil! 5 seconds stop go. So it looks like the podium could be for JJ Rocks. You never know. That was cutting the corner ever so slightly there. Oh, that was a bit of a shame from Footil there. As he's going to try to catch up there. He's now got his teammate Dumb Thunder to catch up to him as well. Will he let him by? I don't know. Or will he stay put? Or will it be teammates helping out? I'm not entirely sure at this point of this Grand Prix. My oh my, I can't even breathe with the amount of battles that are happening at the moment in this Grand Prix. I hope you guys are still with us for this final part of this race then. Crazy stuff, I got to say. And if you are liking the content we are seeing here at LOR, make sure you do to follow the channel, of course. To see when the stream is going to be happening next. And my eyes are starting to water. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm hungry. But enough about hungriness. Kitesy is on a roll. He's looking like he's going to get the win, but it's not over yet. It is not over until the checkered flag falls, people. So anything could happen for this final part of this Grand Prix, as I think JJ Rocks is still on a mission. He's still on a mission. He's around about 1.2 in front of Footil, so I think he could hold on to only just. Let's look at the penalties, actually. If there are battles, I might miss them, but I think the most important thing is looking to the penalties. I almost quit the session there. So, let's look at Kitesy. I think Kitesy has got none. He's got a few warnings, that's fine. Schweitz has got none as well, I believe. Yep, he's clean as well. JJ Rocks, he's got a penalty and 2 warnings. He's got 3 penalties. Oh, not good for him. At Footil, he's got 2. So he's got 2 penalties. He's got to serve his stop go. Otherwise, there'll be another penalty. So I can't call it between these guys. Who's going to get that working? I don't know. But on the final lap of this Grand Prix, then, anything can happen between these guys. Will be interesting to see what happens here, to see how these guys are going to catch up as well. As Kitesy has done a smashing job already in the Ferrari. He was hoping to gain a win, and he stayed. Basically, he led pretty much the whole race. He did a Damon Hill, pretty much. He took the lead, and he stayed there, and he's doing very well. 20 seconds, and he could afford to take that 2-stop strategy and make it work. But let's see. Let's draw our attention to the midfield as JSR State tries to catch up to Thunder Thunder, not Stone Thunder. Oh my god. Crazy stuff, I can tell you. No, what happened to JJ Rocks? I literally could not see what happened there. He almost hit the Ferrari of Dustin. Oh no, what has happened with him? He was on course for a podium, but unfortunately that's not going to work out. Kitesy takes the win, he spins. And he lost his front wing. His AI lost the front wing. Don't quite know what happened there. But anyway, Kitesy takes his 2nd win in a row. Closes up in the championship. And Schweitz crosses the line and he's going to take P2. What a race for him. Well done for playing the 2 stops. Working to perfection for him. Wonder how this penalty is going to work. It's going to be an unserved stop go. So he's probably going to be P5 by looks of things. Yeah, no, it's going to be P4. So Dome Thunder manages to hold. No, it's Dustin. Dustin gets P4. So, Kitesy, Schweitz, Dome Thunder. Footil is P5. JJ Rocks in P7, which, what has he done? What could have possibly been? He could have got that podium, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be for the McLaren driver. So we're still waiting for our last 2 drivers to finish. And I think Callum crosses the line only just in P8 there as he gets the first few points of the season due to so many retirements. Dongarang, hopefully he's going to finish then. He's got a last few corners to go. Hopefully he can manage it as well. But here's your winner then in the Ferrari, Kitesy. You haven't seen much of him, but that was because he was absolutely in control throughout the whole race and he has done it. So pretty much well done to him in this. He has done ever so well. And Dome Thunder, his best result of the season as well. So podium positions definitely well deserved. And it'll be interesting to see how the podium interviews are going to be like as well, which we will get some of these guys into in a minute. We will find out as well. So how this is going to work out, I don't know. But we are massive. Well done to Kitesy. We got a Canadian on the podium. He must be happy. I've got to say the Ferrari pit wall are cheering like crazy. To be honest, they definitely deserve it. So well done to all of them. So let's get your standings for the race then, as they're about to come up on my screen pretty soon. Kitesy takes the win. No penalties by Kite or Schweiz. The only two not to get a penalty, so clean there. Dun Thunder, his best result of the season in P3. Dustin doing very well in P4. Fatil in P5. JSR Snakes in P6. Same result to last week. JJ Rocks in 7th. Callum in 8th. Dongarang, your last finisher, in P9. And your non-finishers today then are Perez, Damon Rocks, Chicane, and Higbossendon. A few of these guys retired on lap 1 or 2, I think. Not entirely sure there. So let's get these guys in at the top 3 into the podium for the interviews, because I did promise Chicane I was going to do interviews, and I was. So let's just invite these guys in. So we got, let me just see. So we have got Kitesy somewhere. It is quite hard to find. It is quite hard to find. There we go. So we have got Kitesy, we have got Schweiz, and we have got Dome Thunder. So I'm adding them all in. Invite to send then. So let me just switch over to my lovely overlay. So there we go. So we're getting a few people just joining the party then. Just so we wait, and I am just going to jig this around just a little bit, just so I can make sure that I hear everybody, because obviously I didn't test the audio before the stream. So, oh, someone random has just joined the party. I'm just waiting for him. Oh, we've got 3 people trying to connect. That is interesting. Right, how is that going to work? Oh, I think it's quite hard to connect at the moment, so apologies about that. Maybe hopefully we can get some interviews sorted at some point. They may have to make a party at some point. Yep, they are struggling to join my party. Crazy stuff. But oh my, Belgium was a very good race, I got to say. It was just remarkable. The take 1 was interesting, to say the least. But once the restart happened, that worked to perfection. So it's probably a party glitch, I gotta say. Oh my word. What is going on with the Xbox app today? So, yeah, a few people trying. Oh, Dumb Thunder looks very happy in the Twitch chat. He looks very happy. I would be if I was in his position. No, I don't want you to join the party. Right, there we go. We've got. I'm just going to try and make this party invite only, because we do have a few people that are joined. Oh, Kitesy just left. Don't know what happened there. Right, I think that is fine. That is sorry. Sorry about that. Was that you? Sorry. I thought it was a random person joining the party, but it wasn't. Don't worry, I'll let you do that as well. But Kites, if you're still there, well done on that win. Holding on to that win from last week. You probably must be happy with that. Was that what you were expecting from the race, or?
I can't hear you.
Oh.
He uses that other clap to listen.
All right. Okay. We'll just wait until he gets back into the party then. Whilst we wait for that, let's go on to our P3 then. Dun Thunder. And then nearly called you Don't Thunder for a minute there. Sorry about that. But anyway, your best result.
That's all good.
Your best result of the season there, P3. You probably wasn't expecting that, were you? Tell me, how does that feel from your perspective?
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to get some points today. That's my goal every race. But yeah, I'm happy with P3. I had a good 4-car battle there, which was a bit intense. But yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, you must be very, very delighted with that. Tell me, what was your strategy going into qualifying? You saw that the restart was happening. There must have been loads of things going on in your mind there to make sure you weren't involved in that carnage there, because there was absolute chaos in the first take of the race. But what was going through your mind then when Chicane and Aaron were saying restart? Did your strategy change ever so slightly to be a bit more cautious, or? Not necessarily. I just obviously I qualified it on the Ultra Softs?
Yeah.
Super Softs. So my always goal just was stay out of trouble on the first lap. I had my teammate who was behind me, so I let him go. Try to let him fight the other cars, and I'll just save my tyres towards the end, and that's what I think I did pretty good, and that's why I'm P3.
Yes, and there were a few issues in like other races as well. Do you think Belgium was your strong track going into this race, or was it kind of like a weak track for you?
I'm always good at Belgium. I just don't know. I think it's the flowing corners that I'm really good at. Unlike like a Monza, stop-start, which is next week. So yeah, I'm happy, really happy. And
the battle with your teammate, the newbie as it were, Fitile, Ryan.
Rydog.
I should have called him Rydog throughout the stream, but I didn't. But it was absolutely mental. You were having that position, then it was Ryan, then it was you.
Yeah.
How was that going with your tyres? What was your key to getting that move done on your teammate?
So after he started getting into DRS range at turn 1, I stayed up high and let him go through, so I could get the slipstream on him. It probably cost my tyres a little bit, but in the long run, instead of trying to fight and maybe cause a collision, I think it was a good move.
It was a good move, and you also were involved in other stuff as well. And do you think Monza is quite hard on your tyres? And do you think you could battle with your teammate again in that and possibly try and climb up the championship, because you're in a good position right now?
Hopefully I can. Am I expecting to? Probably not. But hopefully I can keep fighting. We can see some more 4-5 car battles.
That was incredible.
Monza.
That was incredible. Thank goodness you were managing to hold on to the position, because you did lose a little bit at times, but you're still P3, best result. Well done. And we're now going on to P2. Schweitz, Kyle, well done on that result. Unfortunately not enough to win, and the one that made the 2-stop strategy work. Were you expecting a P2 today, or were you expecting lower? Because Belgium, was it a good track for you as well?
It was a good track, and I was kind of hoping for the win, but when I came out the pits, I got held up by traffic. So yeah, Kai just got too much of a lead on me, and
Yeah, and what made you do the supers to the supers, then the supers to the soft? Because that strategy, I thought, was a bit of a gamble at first. Worked really well to your strengths, and you were managing to overtake quite a few cars, such as JJ Rocks and the 2 Haas cars as well. You got involved in their battles as well. Tell me how were the battles were in your perspective, trying to overtake them? Were you hoping they were going to make a mistake?
At first I was hoping the 2 Hasses would collide and go off the track so I could just nip through, but that didn't happen, obviously. And then I got wing damage while trying to pass Stun Thunder, and then eventually went down the middle of both of those. And to be honest, I can't remember much of the race. It's all a blur.
That was incredible stuff though. Like the way you managed to do that move, just impeccable there. It was your plan. It was your plan all along going into this. Do you think you were gonna hold on to P2? Because Kitesy was right ahead of the rest of the field. Was it hard to hold on? But then when you saw the gap, was it okay for you?
It wasn't really hard to go through. My times were just fine. And once I saw Kai had a bloody 16-second gap to me after the pit stop, I just I might as well just get P2 and then focus on making a gap to Rydog and I watched JJ at that time.
Yeah, because JJ Rock's got a little bit involved as well. Was that hard for you to keep JJ Rocks behind you at times? Because he almost got the move done, but what was it like from him? Oh my God, what was it like from him trying to keep you behind you?
It was. I think he knew that I was on faster tires, and if I went through the two Hasses, then he might be able to pick up the pieces, which he did. But then his tires went off around Puom and spun. So hearts up to him.
Hats out to JJ Rocks if you're tuning into the stream, by the way, if you're watching it back. That was a little bit unfortunate. But going on to Monza, what are your expectations for that? Do you want to challenge Kitey for the win? Because he's got 2 wins in a row now. Are you going to knock him off his perch next week?
Probably not. I'm not that fast around Monza. So.
But you never know. We could have a surprise maybe from you next week. But a massive well done to you for P2 and for you P2 and Kitesy. Kai, your second win in a row. You got a win in Hungary. Yeah. You got a win done in Belgium, and you must have been lucky that restart happened, because otherwise you would have been out of contention for the race win. How do you feel? Were you expecting to get a much better start in that restart, or were you thinking about what happened in the first race?
Well, I don't think I was expecting much. I just went into it just hoping I could get a decent start and not get dive bombed by chicane again, because the first time that was a bit scary.
It looked very scary then, and then the next thing we saw you through last source on the left hand side of the circuit. That must have been quite hard. And what was going through your mind going through to that restart to not get that same result again and to hold on to the lead pretty much?
Just get a better start.
Which you did.
And,
it looks like you did get a better start. And tell me, how does it feel to win in Belgium?
Feels pretty good. Probably my worst track.
Oh, was
I think
it?
on the calendar. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting a win. I was expecting a challenge from Kyle, but he got held up in traffic. So unfortunate that I didn't get a battle with him. But yeah.
You didn't get a battle with pretty much anyone. You were focusing yourself for the whole race. Was there any doubt in your mind that you were going to lose it at times? Were you just concentrating on running your own race? Because it was basically a battle between yourself. What was going through your mind throughout the race when you know you were that far ahead?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I lost connection.
Sorry. Shall I repeat the question again?
No. I heard it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was a bit worried because I put on the wrong setup, so I thought I was going to be absolutely screwed the entire race. I put on a Germany setup.
Oh no!
So that wasn't fun. But I think it helped my tyre wear a bit. And
good.
I was worried about spinning out every corner because that's what happened in AOR and WR.
And you're obviously getting a much better result that time. Now you're probably going to go 3 for 3 from Monza, aren't you? It looks like you're aiming for that. is Monza a track that it like Belgium, or are you going to have an easy ride, do you think? She's still got the likes of...
It's another Belgium.
Monza, sorry. Jesus Christ.
No, I mean, it's like another Belgium. Like, as in, I don't like it. And I'm still in it. Well,
yeah.
so...
Hopefully you can pull up another surprise, and are you gonna try and have some battles with her? Because now Schweiz's in the battle as well. You also got Chicane as well. What are you gonna try and hold up to them? Because obviously Chicane went out in the first lap pretty much. Could you possibly close up to him in a championship, maybe?
I think I need to win every race other than one
Ooh.
to win.
That is not that hard, but obviously Monza is quite a weak track for you, so you never know. And basically, yeah, well done on your win, and obviously well done to Dunfunder and Schweiz on your podium. So
Thank you.
well, that was a good result for all of you. I think pretty much all your best results of the season in one podium, so good to see there. Thank you so much for everyone for joining the stream. Thanks for bearing with us with the restart. We got through in the end. I got to say it has been a good race. Hopefully Charlie will be joining me back in the commentary box in Monza next week. It should be a good one, I got to say, and hopefully more drivers will turn up next week. Fingers crossed. But until now, I've been Jess Games 95, and we will see you same time, 12 PM UK time for the Italian Grand Prix. Good night, everyone.